Hello, everyone. Welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. I am here 365 days of the year to take your 12 political questions. Just dump them in the chat before I come on. I look forward to reading on them. I don't do personal readings. It's just political, but this is kind of our thing here. We're kind of a hangout live stream with lots of just kind of sticking together, just kind of encouraging each other. So, yes, Sarah, the nails are back. David Attenborough voice. Nature is healing. Yes. So, yay. I cannot tell you how happy this makes me. I hope it doesn't hurt too much taking them off because I'm not fully, it looks almost normal, but still some issues. But anyway, yeah, anyway, so I'm very pleased. Anyway, all right. Yes, Ricky, and the star of the show, the cat who will never plead the fifth. Boo-boo's in kitty. Little snoozy kitty. Okay. He's very sweet. Thank you, Ricky. Okay. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country, and that is an ongoing thing. Take your Twitter. We have Epic Troll Slayers. Oh, and if you're watching this on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are there, and I timestamp them as I go. So all of the live streams are timestamped. So even like the one from the other night, when the FBI searched Mar-a-Lago. Oh, it was a beautiful day. Glorious, glorious day. Speaking of which, you know how there are a lot of MAGA people who have been hanging out at Mar-a-Lago. Yeah. Well, there's a hello, Flora, in Australia. Let me share. This isn't really a reading. Well, actually, we could make it a reading about the people outside Mar-a-Lago if they're going to be disappointed. But let me share. $1,800. But arguably not horribly spent. Today, this banner flew near Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach. A Miami man, critical of the former president, tells us he paid $1,800 to have the banner fly around South Florida. Make sure this is muted. Yeah. Yeah. Flying around. Blah. So, and then he's just saying, it's money well spent, I'd do it again. He certainly made a lot of people happy. And, you know, sometimes that's worth it. So he's just saying that he did it and he'd do it again. So I love that. I absolutely love that. Kind of reminds me of one of my all-time favorite memes. Let me open this in a new tab. Oh no, it's tiny. No, we don't want the tiny one. Okay, here we go. Oh No, it's too short. Okay, here I am trying to find the great. And oh well, it's okay. Opening mention a new tab. If this is too small, no, perfect. Okay, I found it. Sorry, I thought I'd just be able to pull this right up, but nah. Share screen. It reminds me of one of my all-time favorite internet memes. The days of metaphorically, the days of Trump getting away with breaking the law and being awful. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, anyway. So, yeah. So actually we should ask, I should go in here and ask at 6 and a bit minutes in. I can make sure I don't knock my drink over. Let's say 6:30. Let's ask. Will Mar-a-Lago MAGAs become disappointed? I was watching Gordon Kepler, Fingers the Pulse of America. He's the one who goes and talks to the Trump supporters at the rallies. And he was talking to this one woman, and well, she was talking to a number of people where it was like, wow, reality. And trust me, I say that as a person who reads tarot cards on YouTube. I mean, really, I understand that some people would be like credibility, but I can say I have had a lot of therapy in my life, and I have been assured by professionals I am actually sane. I can actually tell reality from not reality. I just have spiritual beliefs. Anyway. Wow. But there was one where she said, I don't care what anybody says. I know in my heart, I know in my soul that Donald Trump has never done anything wrong. Okay, so let me make sure I can share this. No, share screen. Sorry, the windows are open. I hope it doesn't get too noisy. If it does, I'll close things up. Let me know. All right. Still using this for now. Hand's not 100% yet, I'm afraid. No. Noisy. All right. Make it like 8:30. Will the it was a Trump supporter at the end of the recent. I think his name is Jordan Kepler, something like that. He's on the Daily Show, and he does these videos called "Fingering the Pulse of America," or yeah. And yeah, it was at the end of that. So yeah. Anyway, will the people outside of these protesters, supporters, leave Trump alone? Are they going to be disappointed? Are they ultimately going to be disappointed in the Fuhrer? Oh, there were a number of the MAGA people Jordan Kepler talked to who were also just both saying, yep, there were two of them. They were standing together. They're like, yep, and JFK Jr.'s alive. It's like, okay. He's a thief. I'm sorry. Donald Trump is a thief. You can just, I mean, one charity. He can't be on the, he and his children cannot be on the board of a charity for, oh, well, at the time it was 10 years. 10 years. What do you have to do? How awful do you have to be where you're not allowed to have a charity? So Donald Trump is a thief. Now, are they going to twig that? Oh, we're here for you. We're here for you, Trump, and we're here in person. We're communicating. There is a card here of disappointment, but it's disappointment in our country, in the deep state. God, there is hope in the middle, but that hope feels a little twisted. And this feels like all the various, the January 6th insurrectionists who've gone to prison. Here's the ongoing January 6th investigation, plus all these other investigations. This is a card of evidence. Plus, the FBI just served a lawful search warrant and got evidence. And in the end, it's just bullying. Trump's a bully. These people. Yeah, that's just going to keep on keeping on, I'm afraid. Yes, the emperor. And the emperor and the messengers. We're carrying your message, Emperor, to Mar-a-Lago. That's my card for Mar-a-Lago. So there they are. Yeah, reality's not in a hurry to join them. All right, so this is sad. This next thing. Scary, but sad. At 12:30. 12:30. This morning, an armed individual tried to enter an FBI field office in Ohio before escaping. You guys you're talking about it in the chat. Brown says Cincinnati man is in a shootout with cops after trying to attack an FBI branch there. He has warrants for January 6th. And Tasha is saying he ended up jumping out of his car and running into a field on the highway. It's the last report I saw. He was surrounded. Electrostorms, armed man in body armor approaches FBI office in Ohio, flees and exchanges gunfire with police. Oh, jeez. Russell Reed says that didn't take long. Yeah, I'm afraid that's kind of where we're going with this. Is this? I'm assuming this is Trump related. Thank you, Kathy. Yeah, the January 6 warrants. I mean, that's the Trump alleged victory, and he's being legally strung up by his heels, like he may very probably deserve, but we don't know yet. I'm just going by what's in the news, but I don't know this situation, so I'm just going to say alleged for now. Browen says very Trump related. Okay. Well, the star and the high priestess, there's hope about the secrets, and it's this right here. That feels like conspiracy theories. And this world and Donald Trump here at the end, this is the world as Trump knows it is ending. The life he was living before. This is usually a stage of life that is coming to a serious close. And in the center, I've got some serious mental health care. Serious mental health care. I don't think it's a matter that they can even just grab this person and put them in a cell and say, there you go. I seriously wonder if they're going to have to do some like tranquilizing and stuff. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. And I keep telling people, I keep saying on this channel, for what it's worth, not that any Republicans watch this, you really need to go read the Wikipedia page on the French Revolution, because arguably what really caused the French Revolution was the aristocracy and the church, the clerics, the bishops, the what have you. Because Louis XIV, the Sun King, had pulled all power to himself in Paris. He pulled it away from all of the provinces or what have you. And by the time his grandson was in power, by the time his grandson was in power, his grandson didn't have the strength. So these are the aristocracy, they wanted their power back. And the only way they could figure out to do it was to stir up the populace and demand a kind of Congress where they would be guaranteed a voice. Oh, goodness, trains and all kinds of things going on out there. Sorry. So they wanted to create a Congress where the king got one vote, the aristocracy got one vote, the clergy got one vote, and then the entire rest of the populace got one vote. And that's what they were going, like, hey, this is what we're going to do, and we're going to get our power back. The reality is, once they had so stirred up the population that by the time the populace had a vote on, even just one vote on any matter, had any power, any votes, they were so angry at that point. And there had been so many horrible stories and conspiracy theories, and I mean, just the most awful stuff, that the populace exploded. Sorry. Wheezy Squeezebox says, French Revolution, ordinary people paid taxes, the aristocracy did not. That did not help. Yeah, I do have a sound effects studio today. So, yeah. And I keep wanting to say to these Republicans and these MAGAs who are trying to rile up the people, it's like, somebody put up a gallows for the insurrection. And you did not come out strongly against that. Well, there's nothing that guarantees a gallows, if it starts being used, wouldn't be like a guillotine, and it wouldn't just be you. Or sorry, it wouldn't just be them. It could very well be you. So that's what's going on there. Will this let's have a look at 19 ongoing potential ongoing MAGA violence. Do not stir up the populace with anger. It will blow up in your face eventually. It always does. Always. Yeah. All right, ongoing MAGA violence. Apparently even, I think there's a question here somewhere about, is it Steve Doocy this morning was actually the voice of reason at Fox? Yeah, number 7, question 7. Okay, so ongoing MAGA violence. Stirred up. Stirred, angry. We're disappointed. The Democrats get everything. Poor Trump. Poor victim Trump. And if you don't think he's a victim, just ask him. Center of the reading, we have no recourse. We don't have the presidency. We don't control Congress. This is conspiracy theory central. This is, seriously, this feels like more fiction than Archive of Our Own or the fiction section at Amazon. But this is mean and incendiary. And you think Trump's going to change his rhetoric? Take a guess. People being arrested. And Trump is not going to change his rhetoric. So will he end up, so I guess at 2130, the question would be, 2130, will Trump and or others be held accountable for inciting violence? Well, let's say ongoing violence, because there's I've had quite a few of them getting into big trouble about January 6th, but this is an ongoing thing. What will be the ramifications? Will there be any will they have problems or be told finally, nope, communication, far right communication. We are the victims. Absolute corruption. Absolute. It's the deep state. They're out to get us. Blah, 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 blah. Because the Republicans are losing demographically. And rather than make the umbrella for the party bigger, they just decided they would go extreme. And there's more law enforcement coming for various things Trump's done, various things that others have done in the Republican Party, which puts the real cuckoo clocks, stirs them up to desperation. I mean, what's it going to take before people will start saying, okay, calm down, to each other in the Republican Party? There's disappointment from the reading. Let me make this bigger. There's disappointment is the top card for the reading, the Five of Cups. I've got the government, Hierophant. I've got insult to injury, Five of Swords. Four of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Magician, Page of Wands, Ace of Cups. So I've got the government, insult to injury, Republicans feeling like power is slipping further and further away from them. And the Four of Pentacles there next to the very unsteady, unstable Two of Pentacles. Yeah, that's them feeling like this is getting beyond their control. Magician, kind of, it feels a little bit like a free-for-all by any messenger out there. And the party of law and order has been the Democrats for a while, and it's very much, if you want civilization, vote for Democrats. And it's just going to become clearer and clearer and clearer. Ken, I love that. Ken Brownfield said, Trump, promises made, classified documents kept. Yeah, exactly. All right, at 25:30, Glenn had a question. 25:30, and thank you guys for being here. Yeah, I do political readings anyway, and to have you here, it helps so much. So I hope I'm helping you a bit. So, goodness gracious. All right, Glenn's question. The FBI confiscated Representative Scott Perry's phone. Is this because of information they found in the Mar-a-Lago raid connecting him to 45 and the January 6th insurrection and his asking for pardon? Those are very different things. Okay, the FBI confiscated Perry's phone. Okay. It was the same day as the Mar-a-Lago raid, but the Mar-a-Lago, the Scott Perry, them taking his phone, is said to be because of his involvement in fake electors, is what I read. And what happened at Mar-a-Lago was about Trump having classified material he should have had. So there are those two separate things. Scott Perry's linked to the insurrection, that's a possibility, and asking for a pardon, that's a possibility. But I read on yesterday was if the two things were related, the Mar-a-Lago raid and Scott Perry losing his phone, it really wasn't. Electra Storm says the phone was actually taken the next day after the raid. Okay, but I read on it and I wasn't getting. I think they feel like two separate things. But what's going to happen with Scott Perry here? Asking for a pardon. That's a good look. Ooh, it doesn't quite have the backing to get away with what he may have gotten away with in the past. This does not look good. This is a far-right action taken, an official investigation of that, with things coming to light, and I hope this can also be my white supremacy garbage card. I pray that's not involved here too, because I don't expect much from these people. I realize that few of them there is even a bottom, but I still get sad when they just go lower and lower. So I'm hoping that's just things coming to light. Center of the reading, that's people going to prison, and there's a big old justice card about right-wing communications and a right-wing victory. I think Scott Perry is in a lot of trouble. He doesn't have much to save him. He doesn't have much excuse. And there are people going to prison for this, and not going to justice card with the things that Perry was supposed to have done. Scott Perry going to be enjoying some time inside prison. Bully. Biden's DOJ or FBI. Queen of Swords investigations. Part of a bigger investigation. So what's going to happen with him might take a little while. Yeah, it's what's going to happen with him. It might go quiet for a while. But Biden, the DOJ, the FBI, they're on it, and this is America. You know, moving forward, seeing the reality. Yeah. So yeah. Kelly says Perry cray cray. Okay. Pamela Bryant says Perry did not have enough money for a pardon. Heather Formosa says Perry's phone is another way into Meadows info too. That's true. Oh, that's true. All right, so it's 30 and a bit. So, in Pennsylvania, save here. Several Pennsylvania GOP state house representatives have been subpoenaed in the last 72 hours by the FBI, connected to the Scott Perry and electoral officials in Trump's scheme to invalidate the 2020 election. Will we see charges soon? Mm-hmm. Pennsylvania state representatives. They were trying to be extremely loyal to the party and hand Trump a big material thing of the presidency. Lover's card at the beginning is the card of the cult. Page of Pentacles, they're kind of, they were important bit players, but they were still bit players. They were lower on the tier of who's important, because of course there's always a hierarchy with them. Bullies, corruption, right in the center. This is to undermine democracy. This is not good. And well, we'll just give Trump the electors he wants. And there's going to be judgment, and yeah, that would be legally hemmed in a big way. So it's at the end of the reading. Judgment doesn't come until second to last card, but it's there. So, and tarot isn't great with timing on things, but yeah, there's big old loud judgment, big old judgment. So that's coming. All right, so next at 32:45. As the federal investigators are closing in, oh gosh, as the federal investigators are closing in, beautiful words. Trump, I kid you not, is asking his allies, who's wearing a wire? Is Trump paranoid, or hang on, where did I put this? So who's wearing a wire? So is Trump paranoid, or are there so many people there who are wired? It's like an electrical substation. That's, is everybody around you wired, Trump, or are you just paranoid? I'm not seeing a lot of wires. I have strength in the card for the reading. It feels like law enforcement actually is being very conservative with holding these people accountable, but they're still trying to hold them accountable. So here's Mar-a-Lago, and this is Trump feeling bereft, and woe is me. It's not literal. Well, that is Mar-a-Lago, but it's his situation. Woe is me, the government, I'm so persecuted. I'm the most persecuted person ever. I won. He says, I won fair and square. Please, you wouldn't know fair and square if I don't know, if you were standing on a perfectly square picnic blanket. It's like, is that square? I don't know what square is. It's lies. And he's still just doling out this garbage to his followers because he's a grifter. I'm not getting a whole lot of people around him being wired. Miss Mel Broussard, Garland has a 2:30 press conference. Pardon? Oh, that's interesting. Be Grateful says a sociologist interviewed once said that all groups he has studied, that they were terrorists, first had to develop a paranoid victim story to justify. Sounds like anyone we know? Mm-hmm. Tasha Moore says that would be 1:30 our time. Maybe Autumn can show it if she's still going. Sure. Huh. 2:30 Eastern. It's about 40 minutes from now. Let me, hang on, let me look at C-SPAN and see if they're going to cover that. C-SPAN. Because live now, the New York City Health Commissioner is discussing the monkeypox outbreak. So what's coming up? Okay, that was this morning. Secretary Blinken joint news conference with Rwandan foreign minister at 7:30 this morning was the Washington Journal. And at 1:29 p.m. Eastern, Secretary Cardona discusses improvements in higher education. At 2:15, Arizona and Vermont officials testify on election misinformation. So I'm not seeing it here yet, but C-SPAN will usually cover it. I would just like pull up MSNBC or something like that, but I have to turn off all my monetization for that. So, and this isn't even my full-time job anyway. It doesn't bring in that much money. So, but we'll see if C-SPAN covers it. Thread of Hope, I agree. He'll probably keep it short and sweet, trying to stem the unlawful, unconstitutional garbage coming from the crazies. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Well, for now, at 39, we have Deborah's question. Deborah Murphy was asking, Trump put out an email asking for $45 each. Will people be sending money? Yes, but let's see how deep does the stupid go? He's supposed to be a billionaire, right? Why would he need your money? Seriously. I'm really rich. Okay, then you don't need anybody else's money. If you're a billionaire, that means you have at least $1,000 million. You can't, even 5 million, 10 million, even 20 million. You'd still have a very good life. Why? He doesn't need your money. So anyway, but he's asking for $45 from people who cannot afford it. Oh yeah, he's going to get it all right. Oh, this turns my stomach. He is preying upon these people. And I know some of them are not people that we would want to know. But, you know, there's a certain amount of grifting off of the elderly, the people who are barely keeping body and soul together, scaring them. I mean, really, like, this is really turning my stomach. Yes, give me money, give me money, give me money. Trump, the man, the poor victim. Oh, the merchant. Oh, and he's such a great businessman too. So why does he need your money? He has this glorious family and they live in mansions. Why does he need your money? Really? And this just feels sickly. Ugh. Kind of reminds me of when I lived in Louisiana. I got out of the car. I was in college, and I got out of the car to go to class, and it was raining. And I was like, okay, you know, big deal. You get used to being rained on a certain amount. Got out of the car, and the rain was warm. It was so gross. It's like the universe sweating on you. It was just like, ew, rain should be cold. Ugh. That's the feeling I'm getting here. It's this emotional, cloying, distasteful, begging for money from emotional appeals from the poorest of the poor. Oh, this is gross. Gross, 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 gross. Oh, how do you take advantage of those weaker than you are? How? I don't get, I cannot. Okay, 43. 43, B. Smith. B. Smith had a question. Let's answer B. Smith's question. That's beyond gross. Okay, B. Smith asked, 45 is scheduled to meet LIV, 54, live, whatever. I still don't know what to call this stupid thing. I don't care. 45 is scheduled to meet LIV golf investors at his resort in Doonbeg, Colorado. Oh, no, not Colorado. That's County Clare, Ireland. Okay. From the 25th to the 29th, August 25th to August 29th. Might he flit to one of the non-extradition EAU countries on a buddy's private jet? I have not picked up on that, but let's have a look. All right, so he's going to Ireland toward the end of the month. Is he then going to to some other part of the world? Well, there's a big traveling, it's a big traveling show. The other thing to keep in mind here is Secret Service. No, he's coming back. He's coming back. Even if, well, first of all, he's not going to have the access to funds that he did. I mean, Ivana didn't she have a house in Monaco or something? And, you know, stuff like that. And Trump has properties overseas, but he couldn't live in, you know, Dubai or whatever with the kind of money he's actually going to have once Letitia James is done with Griftco. So he's actually limited. If he flees the country, his suckers, they're not even supporters, his suckers, why would they keep giving him money? It's keeping him even vaguely afloat. He's a narcissist and a bully, so he doesn't want to flee. There's a big old justice card that is just, seriously, he's just hanging out. Or this card's just following him around. Wherever Trump goes, just picture a big flat justice card going like just following him wherever he goes. Yeah, this is just, and he'll come back. He needs MAGA money. He needs MAGA money, and he needs a lot of it. Ugh, seriously, this is starting to turn my stomach. Do I have a? I do not. I ran out. There's some in the other room, though. Hang on, I'll be right back. Seriously, this is turning my stomach. He's so gross. He's so gross. Yes, threat of hope. Shake it off, sage it out. Yeah. Pollywood is asking, whatever happened to the Trump blimp? Well, last I heard he was in Bedminster. Official cocktail of the Trump era. Cheers. Okay. All right, now I can get through more Trump readings. Oh, Garland will be making a speech at 2 p.m. Well, that's right now, isn't it? Hang on. Refreshing. Oh, okay, 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Attorney Garland will be delivering a statement. All right, so we need to wait until 2:30 Eastern, so we have about 28 minutes. So you've got me for a minimum. We're going to watch that. We're going to watch that. Thank you, guys. Daily Pixel, can we read on what he will say? Pamela Bryant, Autumn's just looking for the statement from Merrick Garland. We're not in a question right now. That's true. How's this going to go? Let's ask. Kathy PR, what if they arrested Trump? Well, I wouldn't think they'd do it yet. But, okay, at 48, let me see, 48:30. Merrick Garland's statement. 2:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. Ding. Oh, Dave, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. It's just sometimes it just really, this energy just really hits me, and it's just, let me actually, before I read on that though, let me send a message to Sarah. Heads up. I'm live. 4-8. All right. She's got stuff going on, but I think she would want to know. Excuse me. Sweet Sugar Jones says it's likely to be about events in Ohio. Okay. Renee, are you watching, or is everyone watching MSNBC? No, and I was just going to pull up C-SPAN, but Kevin says Garland wants to stamp out the MAGA disinformation fire, I would bet. All right, well, let's ask. It's 15 minutes in. Merrick Garland's statement. Merrick Garland's statement, what effect it might have. This is weird. I don't usually get energy that's just this stomach turning, but it's not going away. My stomach's fine, by the way. So, Merrick Garland's statement and the effect and what's going to happen. No one is above the law, but everyone is due process. Trump's fake victory. I can do what I want. There's Trump. There are his minions, and not the cute yellow ones. Base of the reading, that would be that of Biden's DOJ. Republicans and the hay they're making out of all this Trump stuff hanging above it. Right in front is, this could get really ugly really fast. Rowan says people are calling on Paul Gosar to resign after Twitter statements to supporters to destroy the FBI seem to have led to violence. Oh, jeez. Pamela Bryan says, no. I don't want to see the devil card. I want to see the tower card. I hear you. Hopes and fears are, we're hoping it's going to mean aggressive law enforcement, but it's probably too soon. Kate Priest, you wonderful, beautiful person. I've missed you. I used to work with Kate. She's awesome. Okay. Home environment. I think we're going to be a little disappointed. If you've got your hopes up that he's going to be announcing some big thing, this feels more, I think this is more, we're going to have to wait. Let's see if I can get any more information. Trump the fool does what he wants. And the way the things have gone before, you didn't go after former presidents because you didn't need to. Can you imagine Donald Trump? Hang on, just try to picture this. It'll break your brain. Can you imagine Donald Trump building a home for humanity, house for humanity, with President Carter? Try to picture that, because I can't. I can't even picture that. Now imagine Barack. Oh, sorry. Oh, hang on. Just let me mute. Sorry about that. And it scared the kitty too. Anyway, sorry. Thread of Hope says picturing Trump just shutting up. That's impossible. Be grateful. Love the chair and the background. Oh yeah, I didn't get a chance to put it down yet. That's where when the vacuum, I put the chair up there so I can vacuum. But anyway, Polly Wanda says be prepared for a big statement. I think it's more, this feels more like what Garland's going to say is just trying to say, stop calling for violence. This is aimed at the far right Trump supporters. We didn't go after, there weren't search warrants of other presidents' homes because there was no need to. And then, and then came Trump. So I'm not going to get my hopes up. I think he's going to say, no more violence. I am sorry about the noise. It was a small handheld vacuum someone was using downstairs. So, yep, I think that's what's going to go on. We still have about 20 minutes. Yep, Alexandra, Garland's going to speak soon. Yep, about 20 minutes. Okay. At 56 and a bit, 56, oh, let's see, 30. This was interesting. Yeah, 56:30. Okay, so what happened was over on Fox News, Steve Doocy was the voice of reason this morning on Fox and Friends, interviewing Steve Scalise. What? Huh? What? Quote, I'm just curious, whatever happened to the Republican Party backing the blue? And in particular, the 35,000 members of law enforcement, federal law enforcement at the FBI. Will Doocy be silenced? Will he back up? How bizarre. Yeeks. All right, Steve Doocy over at Fox News. He feels like he's fine. He'll get some hate, but he's actually more concerned with. He thinks this is that the cult following of Trump is too much. It's getting them in legal trouble. It's getting them so far afield of what they traditionally stand for. Janelle says, I don't think the higher ups at Fox want to be against law enforcement. Exactly. And the world, the way things were done, no, in the fool, we're just following blindly. In the center is this story of it's an illegal raid. It's not. It was a properly created and served search warrant. Yeah. The far right's still going to make hay at this, and they're not going to be too happy about what he said. But we have to wait. There is there are secrets, there are things about this we don't know. And there's a lot of evidence that will be coming out in future. So, okay. So tiny bit of pushback. Just a little pushback. So, all right, what is next? There, make a note of that, and on we go. So, what's next? At 1 hour in, we still have 16 minutes until Merrick Garland speaks. So let's go on to Thread of Hope's question. 1 hour. We know that Sinema and Manchin's votes were bought by right-wing lobbyists. Are there more Democrats being lured before the midterms? Even if Democrats pick up seats, corrupt Democrats could thwart the agenda. Okay, so that's really the question right there. Will dinos thwart the Democrat agenda? No, I'm not getting much here. There's so much legal stuff coming that's going to make Republicans look bad. And it's going to make the far right specifically look bad. And it makes it more lucrative as a politician to be anti-Trump, anti-Republican, therefore. Janelle says we already got so much past what agenda, and yes, there's a certain amount of that too. We've had a lot, but there's more. You know, there's more that could be done. No, I'm getting a lot of. I mean, from the center card to the from the third card in to the right. This is all. Well, no, center card to the right. This is the far right agenda, and it's weak. Same thing when I read on will there be Democrats who are going to switch sides? This is not the time to become a Republican. So I'm not getting much of that. It's not much of a winning strategy, and as more comes out, I think it's going to become less and less of a good strategy. So Diane B says judge orders the DOJ to unseal the Trump warrant. The Trump warrant. Really? Patricia Deseret says the shots of Sniffy on MSNBC before the Garland statement really look reptilian. The eyes, texture of the orange skin, malevolent expression. Oh, they have something live? Yeah, he does, up close. It's like, oh, was it, who was the skin problem guy in the French Revolution? There's a very famous painting. Was it by Ang? I don't think it was Robespierre. It was like Surratt, or I can't remember. Anyway, but that really horrible, his skin is terrible. So, oh, Diane B says Magistrate Judge Bruce Reinhart, who allegedly approved the FBI raid, ordered the DOJ to file a response to motions to unseal the warrant by Monday. Okay, Marat, thank you, B. Smith, thank you. Death of Marat, thank you, Polly Wanda. Thank you, Preston Reed. Completely forgot, and you guys saved me, as usual. All right, what else have we got here? Really? We'll get back to Garland just 1 second here. At 1:04, Lindsey Graham didn't show up for his Georgia deposition? Really? Lindsey. Say it isn't so. News. Didn't Lindsey Graham, Georgia deposition. Actually, I better spell it Georgia. Three weeks ago, a month ago. 2 days ago. That's just Rudy Giuliani. I don't have a link. I don't have a name or a link here, so I don't know. I don't think there's a question there. So it's not in the news. So it's all 10 minutes in. They should be. Let's have a look. Oh, here we go. Just seeing if I can pull this up. So we're just waiting for this. And then we shall listen to Garland's statement together. Hello, cute little boo-boos and kitty. Okay. All right. Desert Dawn says Lindsay didn't have to. His attorney was there to represent him. Okay. All right. So he's okay. All right. So there's that. And all right. And while we're waiting, I'm going to answer this question about a drought in Europe. 106.30. And then I'm going to ask for any questions you guys have about this. 106.30. Keeping in mind, I did just read on a lot of this. Mel Broussard, link to the DOJ live video site. Okay, DOJ. Videos, Department of Justice. Oh, here we go. All right. Thank you for that. Justice.gov, DOJ live. August 11th, 2022. All right, so we'll be able to share this. I'm getting rid of stuff that's in the way. All right, let me have a quick look at this drought, and then I'll pull that up. Okay. 107.30. Europe is set to experience its worst drought in 500 years. Yikes. Will this affect the food supply going forward? I would think so, but let me have a look. The drought in Europe. It won't be catastrophic, but it's not going to be good. Climate change is real. We need to do something about it now. Worry. There's real worry about the future. They may even have some things that they can harvest now, or they've harvested this year, but it's going forward. We need to use higher wisdom. We need to, one of the things that can be hard as an adult is doing things that will benefit your future self that do not benefit you now. And that's what this is, this needing to use higher wisdom in the center here, rather than, what this denial and stuff. So Kristen says, breaking news, Garland to make a statement. Oh yeah, we're on it. Thank you, Kristen. So we need to do something. Yeah. That's sad. Okay. Well, let me stop this screen and share the DOJ live. Let me see if I can make this any bigger. All right, and I need to make sure I can hear it. Just 1 second. Yeah, I think I just heard something. I wish I could share with you guys the sound of when you test the audio here on StreamYard. They made their own little song. It's very cute. Okay, so let me double check my audio. All right, let me see. I don't think if I put this up against the microphone, you could hear it, but I could try. We have a second. I'm gonna try. Let's see if this works. I doubt it, but we're gonna try it. You probably couldn't hear that, but anyway, I'm always trying stuff. So anyway, all right. No, you couldn't hear. Fair enough. No worries. All right, so I don't need this right now for the reading. We've got, yes, Kristen, there was an attack in Ohio FH. Yeah, I've read on, yeah, it wasn't working. I understand, but I had to try. Yeah, Kristen, there was an attack on the Ohio building. I read on that when I first came on about will there be ongoing violence and whatnot. So, all right, so we just have a few minutes. Let me see if I can pull out the real cards so I can check on things as we go, see how much my hand can take. Excuse me, sweetheart. Oh, you are the good kitty. Oh, you are the good kitty. You have nothing to worry about. You are the precious. You are the precious. Yes, you are. You're the baby boo. You're the baby boo. All right. Let me make sure I'm not missing something here. Attorney General Merrick B. Garland to make a statement. Start time 2:30 p.m. Eastern. There is sound. Yep, full sound. And we should be good to go. Okay, Kristen says, NBC News confirms Trump received a grand jury subpoena in the spring for sensitive documents the government believed he retained after his departure from the White House. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you. All right, let me see. Get out ye old cards, see what we've got. All right. Oh, DC Attorney General wins $4 million in fight against ghost gun maker. Good. Thank you, Kristen. That's some good news. Okay. Yeah, ghost guns. Oof. So, 1 minute. How should we feel about this? Should we get our hopes up? Should we not? Is he just going to say, look, no violence and this is what happened? Let's do 3 cards. Merrick Garland. Person rates. A hand is better, but it's not 100%. So thank you. Truth. He's going to come out and speak the truth. Tiffany Lee trained Boo Boo to pull cards. Yeah. Well, we are happy that this fool is there's some hint of justice, and there was a legal decision made to issue a search warrant. And Mel Broussard says he probably won't take any questions. I would think so. Tasha says I'm pretty neutral right now. Very curious what he has to say. Oh, I'll be okay, Jen. Thank you. Kristen says, news, Mulvaney admits seeing Trump rip up documents, but says he never witnessed them being flushed down toilets. Oh, are you Republicans? Have you had enough of being humiliated yet? Just asking for a friend? All right, got nothing here. They're not showing anything. All right, let me check C-SPAN again. At least are they showing the room? Authentication in progress. No. No, over on C-SPAN, they're just taking questions from viewers, so we're still waiting. Ta-da! High quality. Come on, we're ready. We're ready. Come on. Rasselreed says, off topic, but The Sandman on Netflix is good. Oh, good. I'm glad. Glad. Mimi says MSNBC is showing the room only. LF says, like they would gather in the washroom to see him flush down documents. Oh boy, yeah, that was good. Tiffany Lilly, how is the Orange Man today? All right, so we'll look at that while we're waiting. It's 17:30. 17:30. How is today? And then Merrick Garland's remarks. All right, what's Trump doing today? And Attorney General Merrick Garland starting shortly. All right, so nothing yet. And this is running, so we're still waiting. How is Trump doing? Eat a salad. Every time I read on this guy, it's like all of the veins, arteries, capillaries in my whole body, especially up here, just go. Whew, violence. Oh, he's angry. Oh, man. He's having some, and my entertainment only YouTube. What I am getting is these rage fantasies, these yikes. I mean, like, make the Manson murders look like a picnic. The red wedding, but oof. Well, he's still out in the world. He hasn't been arrested. Kristen says Alan Dershowitz is surprised Trump used the Fifth Amendment 440 times. If he's got nothing to hide, he really used 440 times. Really? Yes, Suburban Housewife ketchup wedding. This is the Democrats. Death card. Bully. I am getting, okay, I'm walking away from that energy. I'm getting horrendous rage fantasies. Tasha says, yep, 440. Alexandra says over 440. I don't want to hurt anybody. I'll have to stay in my energy because if the kitty hadn't walked out, I'd be giving you a hug. All right, we're checking in. C-SPAN's just showing the just kind of where the podium. Well, let's do. Why don't we do C-SPAN instead? Just because at least we'll. Oh, wait! Share. Somebody just walked out there. Wait! Oh, bad timing. Bad timing. Oh, somebody walked out there, but not necessarily.
There's so many different programs, it's hard to keep them straight. But it's primarily for skilled workers coming into the United States. A lot of tech workers, a lot of workers in IT, a lot of science, mathematics, engineering. The United States government waits.
They're talking about other stuff, so. Tiffany Lilly, he answered one question, his name. Jeez. Janice says they're doing a mic check. Okay, good. Oh my gosh. Teresa Ford says we have to allow for late starts as we always start late. Yeah, I try not to. Setting up the podium, but at least we can see this now. All right. The state of America going forward at 1:22. State of the U.S. going forward. Ha. Kristen, yes. New York Attorney General may seek corporate death penalty for Trump Tower and all of his golf courses, says a legal expert. Yes, please. Yeah. Tasha says, okay, I'm getting tingles now. Oh, okay. Frank says, like waiting for a concert to begin. Hello, America. Do you have your kielbasa and beer ready? Sounds good. I haven't had kielbasa in 2 decades, but sounds good. America going forward from here. No phone calls, please. Don't call me. America going forward. Well, ultimately, it's democracy versus autocracy. Oh, I know kielbasa is Polish sausage. I loved kielbasa growing up. But Hillshire Farms, is that it? I had a lot of it growing up, but I'm vegan, so anyway, democracy, the underappreciated, underestimated Democrats versus the emperor. Sarah's in the chat. Hello, Sarah. I still have some celebratory wine left over from the raid. It wasn't a raid. Okay, from last night or night before last. I may be extra entertaining during creative sprints if Garland drops some big bombs. Eckeridge Farms. It could have been Azavul Bay. I don't remember. Oh, really? Suburban Housewife. Cracker Barrel now serving vegan sausage. Hey. Might actually be something under that roof I could eat. Okay. All right. So, Polly Wanda, I don't read on that. I'm afraid. I don't. I'm done reading on the what happened to Ivana and the golf course and the. Anyway, America going forward, we're having to choose. these people on the right, if they're not going to listen to reality, and the right is going to keep trying to stir things up, and that's their plan, it comes down to using your higher wisdom. That's in the center. Oh, Kristen, thank you. I really appreciate that. You've been a source of peace for a month now. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay. The search warrant. Yes. Excellent, Sarah. You're awesome. Joanne says, what did Doocy say? The quote I have here was, I'm just curious whatever happened to the Republican Party backing the blue, and in particular, the 35,000 members of law enforcement, federal law enforcement at the FBI. Yeah. All right, it's 141. Jennifer Gross says, many regulars are now refusing to return to Cracker Barrel because the offer of vegan choices, weirdly. Barb Moody, Merrick Garland is about to make a statement, and that's what we're waiting for. Yeah, there are a lot of pea protein-based products. Yeah. But I will say this. It was in their gift shop, at their cassette tapes 30 years ago, where I found tapes of The Shadow. Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The Shadow knows. And I'd never heard it. And I loved it. So, all right, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Oh, okay, better. Goodness gracious, 142, I'm surprised he's this late. Or maybe he's there. He's like the Shadow, he's just invisible because he doesn't talk. Mel Broussard says, I love old radio shows. You can find a ton of them on YouTube, including The Shadow. Well, now, yes, but back in the day, you had to hunt down the cassette tapes. So, Polywanda, first rule of meal etiquette: eat nothing larger than your head. JJ, I bet Republicans are freaking out about now. Oh no, they're seeing this as they're going to make so much money from donations. Okay. Sarah says if he's waiting on indictment signatures, he can be as late as he wants. Green Nightingale says Merrick is toying with Donnie, keeping him waiting. Oh, that's awesome. I love hanging out with you guys. Hello, Sherry. Mel Broussard, letting the ink dry, Sarah. Oh, I wish. Oh, yes, sort of hope the Uvalde heckler, Beto, bless him, stood up to that horrible person who laughed while Beto was talking about the Uvalde massacre. Beto apparently dropped 2 MFs. Good. Yeah. I was pulling cards here and now I can't remember what I was reading on. Tasha says, I'm telling y'all, don't count Texas out yet. Oh, I'm not. I have faith in you. Yeah, no one's at the podium yet. All right, what's going here? Anonymous is asking, any readings on August 15th energy? What's going on August 15th? Feels like it's something I should know. And I can't think of it right now. Pamela says, have you seen that Lindy now has vegan chocolate? No. It'd be nice to get vegan chocolate that was not insanely expensive. There's something here. Linda Sue says, I think Garland is hearing from FBI agents still in danger. I'd be late too. That's true. All right, well, it's 1:30-ish, since we're just waiting. Oh, it's down here. 1:31. Ask about Beto dropping some profane truth. But tonight is a full moon, says Cindy Lou. This would be a good time for things to come to fruition. Merrick Garland. Beto. Ooh, it's a very loud bird out there. He's mad. You don't need me to tell you that, but 10 of Swords, Judgment, 4 of... Oh, and he is laying the blame exactly where it belongs, which is on this far-right gun culture garbage. There was a massacre, and yeah, we're sitting in judgment. We're saying, no, this is not good. This does not work. This is unacceptable. Is he going to get any kind of bump in the polls here? Glenna is saying, August 15, many psychics see big changes for the positive. Ukraine push on Russia, more indictments, stuff like that. Any idea why? By that particular day? I think it's my nephew's birthday. And that's what's important. That is to me. Beto's just going to help you in the polls. And if some of these people, like people who talk like a real person, well, same cards. I guess I did not shuffle. I've got the exact same cards. And then, yeah, he's going to get, he's got good energy. So, Suburban Housewife says Beto is more. Yeah. Beto is so effective when he gets angry. Like many Dems, he spends too much time worrying about being civil. Well, I think in general, you know, us Democrats, we like being civil. Civil's good. That's what we want. We want to live in civilization. We just want everybody to have, we just want there to be a floor that people are not going to sink below. And that's civilization. And other than that, you know, you have your religion there, I have my religion here, and you know, let's try to have a fair system and decent roads. It's, yeah. Okay. Huh, 20 minutes late. That seems unusual. All right, I'm going to grab some chocolate. I'll be right back. It's expensive, but I do have some. if I had time, I'd make some chocolate chip cookies, but I'm going to mute this while I open the little packet because it's noisy. Grab me some too, says Tasha. Absolutely. Hey, look, trust me, if you were here, I'd be feeding you. Trust me. Oh, Joanne, my nerves are shot. It's okay. Kristen is saying the news is Garland to make a public statement on an unprecedented search of former President Trump's home. I'm going to, actually, I'm going to pull up, I'm not going to show it here, but I'm going to pull up MSNBC over here to see what they're saying about if there's a reason for the delay or, let me see what I can find out. They're just talking about it. Oh. All right, so over on MSNBC, what they were talking about was thinking that Garland will come out and say something about Cincinnati and standing up for law enforcement. I guess we'll see. I mean, that person doesn't know any more than we do. So, well, maybe some more, but in general. Okay. All right, my hand is starting to hurt to put it up a little bit here. Aw. Pamela Bryant is saying, I want to spend an entire lunch hour at a picnic table in a park listening to a new cardinal trying to learn his song. He'd get to notes and go flat, try it again to notes and go flat. Oh, that's so sweet. That's very, very sweet. Kathy Delisle said, autumn living in harmony with nature. Yes, I am. Oh, by the way, I'm waiting for what it's worth, I'm waiting for the okay from, oh my gosh, it's been approved. Congratulations, you are one step closer to launching memberships on your channel. Okay, I think I'm about to be turning on memberships. So there'll be cool stuff, I hope. Monetization, memberships. What do you mean review? What do I have to do? Oh, I have to have one community post. So I'll put up the graphic. Because you'll be able to, I made some little pumpkins that will go next to your name if you, it's just to support the channel if you choose to. It's going to be, it's $1.99 a month, but you get a pumpkin by your name, and I've got, usually they're color coded by like how many months you've been a member, but I was like, heck with that. So I put in, I took the little winking pumpkin I use so much, and I actually put big numbers on it, so it'll show that. And then they allow me to start with 4 emojis, only 4. So I made one for Bailey, Boo-Boos and Kitty, one for Brave Sir Alfred of Pumpkin. I made a great cheer of happiness emoji, and I made just that winking pumpkin. Thank you, Thread of Hope. Thank you. I appreciate that. So let me see, because I'm supposed to make one. Yes, yes, sweetness. How are you? How are you, precious? Are you doing okay? I'm gonna come up here. So I am supposed to make all channel members. Okay. Watch for. All right. And I'm going to put a graphic in here for now. Goodness, we're still waiting. Okay. So I'll be able to show you guys this image. And let me pull up because I made one image that shows the months, and then I have another image that shows the, where is it? The emojis. Oh, no. Okay. Add. I just need to add the, where's the second? Nope, that's not it. No, it's just not appearing. Ah, okay. I've lost my mind. So where is this? Where are you saved? Open file location. Oh, you're in the wrong place. That's why I can't find you. All right, let me double check, make sure it hasn't started, and here I am. There it is. Open. All right, let me double check. No, he's still not there. Huh, okay. Okay, hang on. Okay. All right, so I'm posting. So for members, and there are two images. So there's that. I've done that. Done. Turn on. Turn on channel memberships. A join button will appear on your video and channel pages. Anyone who clicks it will see your membership offer. Members only posts you created will become visible to everyone who joined your channel. And I'm planning on creating, emojis for Christmas and Halloween and other stuff like, other stuff. Okay, turn on. Okay, so while we're waiting, how does one apply for members? There'll be a button under. You might have to refresh the page, but there'll be a button underneath the videos. It'll say join. And let me show you guys. Actually, I'm going to turn this on so I can hear it.
Has there been a study?
But I'm going to remove that for the moment. I just want to make sure I hear when they start. But I can show you guys. Share screen. Miss Cat M became a new member. Thank you, my very first member. Thank you, Miss Cat M. I really appreciate that. Aw. That's an S. So it should show the new. Anyway. Where is it? Here we go. Okay, so this is, thank you, Cindy Lou, thank you. So these are the, it may have not gone through yet because it just started, but next to your name, it should be these, that you get different ones depending on how long you've been a member. Cindy Lou and Sandra Morris, thank you. Grandma Rose's Homestead, thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you. You might have to refresh the page, but thank you. It's very sweet. And then if you are, oh, Joanne, thank you. Oh my gosh, you guys are so sweet. I was kind of worried. It was like, nobody's gonna care. And then these are, I can only start with 4 emojis. They wouldn't let me do more than that. So these are the 4 I decided to start with. They're still talking, by the way. Tish L, thank you. Rachel Ward, thank you. So these are the 4 I started with. I only have like 10 characters that I can put in for the names of the emojis. So I couldn't, and of course there's pumpkin for pumpkin, so I had to use Alfie's actual name. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Browen. Thank you. So there's Boo Boo, and I wanted to have it Boo Boo points, but it wouldn't fit. So it's Boo Boo here, like look here. There's Alfie being all cool over there. There is right there. It's the gray chair of happiness, everybody. See? See? And then there's the happy little pumpkin over there, the little winking, cute little pumpkin. So you have access to those emojis. And apparently once I have a number of members, I can start adding more. There will be so many. There will be so many. Oh my God. Thank you, Judy. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Holly. Oh my gosh, you guys are so sweet to me. Thank you. Thank you. Charlene says Garland is going to be speaking. Yep, I'm listening. Rachel Ward, does maybe there's an underscore there? Maybe that's why it isn't coming through. Meg says, why are we watching this channel? We're waiting for, just refresh the page, and I'll stop that and I'll share. It's half an hour on and Garland still isn't talking.
I was so proud of my
AOC
going down a couple years to the border and talking about all the dead people, dead babies in the river. I don't.
Why are you watching the station? Put it on MSNBC, says Max.
As far as
because I'll get demonetized.
The fentanyl
and they're mostly
they're just
speculating over there.
100,000 deaths for the first time last year, and these people are making money hand over fist. It's crazy.
Is it
Whatever happened to those
Thank
darn Border Patrol people that were whipping?
I mean, we care. Absolutely.
Those illegal immigrants at the river.
Nobody needs to become a member. Please don't.
I never heard anything.
Please don't think that. No, I'm so grateful you're here.
So what do you want to pick up on?
Yeah, so I think I'll start with the last point about the Border Patrol agents accused of whipping migrants. The government did an investigation of that.
All right,
take a look
is
at
this
the
another
picture
mic
from
check,
multiple
or
different angles.
He seems like he's talking.
That just wasn't the case. So I think those individuals who were accused of whipping were definitely not guilty of whipping. But those dramatic, chaotic pictures, I think, really galvanized the immigration debate to bring home to people how chaotic the border is. In terms of fentanyl smuggling, what we know is the vast majority of fentanyl, as far as we can know, we're analyzing a black market. So the data
got a 2-minute warning,
and they are selective. But from as far as we can
tell,
all right,
2-minute warning, everybody.
Almost all of them are through legal ports of entry, smuggled in trucks.
Oh, great! Thank you, guys.
Mail, or other sort of legal means of entry through smuggling. Not so much through illegal immigrants carrying them on their back or trying to cross the desert or turning themselves into Border Patrol agents.
Thank you, Max.
To be apprehended. Fentanyl issue is a different issue from immigration. It gets tied in because of the border.
Okay.
But I think the problem with fentanyl and drugs is the same problem that we see with immigration. Too many government restrictions, legal black market.
MSNBC is an empty room with Neil Kochel talking
over the last several years of really unnecessary and tragic deaths.
Just a heads up.
And S. Walker, thank you.
Less than 10 minutes when this program ends.
Yes, good kitty.
We're going to be taking you over to
the
Bipartisan Policy Center.
Come here, sweetheart.
A preview of what the next Congress could look like if Republicans do take control. It's Douglas Holt Eakin, the former director of the Congressional Budget Office, giving a presentation there. We're going to bring that to you if you stay with us here on C-SPAN after the top of the hour, after 10 a.m. Eastern. But until then, continue this conversation with Alex Arasa of the Cato Institute, and we'll just get to as many of your
You and your brother
are
very
Patricia,
precious.
Circleville, Ohio, Republican.
And we're done.
Good morning. I have absolutely no problem with legal immigration. What I have a problem with is what it costs.
Oh, Trina, I'm sorry.
The children come in, they can't speak. No one can speak English as a rule.
2-minute
And I
warning.
know we have a relative now who is.
And this I can. Oh, here he is. Here he is. Here we go.
Good afternoon. Since I became Attorney General, I have made clear that the Department of Justice will speak through its court filings and its work. Just now, the Justice Department has filed a motion in the Southern District of Florida to unseal a search warrant and property receipt relating to a court-approved search that the FBI conducted earlier this week. That search was of premises located in Florida belonging to the former president. The department did not make any public statements on the day of the search. The former president publicly confirmed the search that evening, as is his right. Copies of both the warrant and the FBI property receipt were provided on the day of the search to the former president's counsel, who was on site during the search. The search warrant was authorized by a federal court upon the required finding of probable cause. The property receipt is a document that federal law requires law enforcement agents to leave with the property owner. The department filed the motion to make public the warrant and receipt in light of the former president's public confirmation of the search, the surrounding circumstances, and the substantial public interest in this matter. Faithful adherence to the rule of law is the bedrock principle of the Justice Department and of our democracy. Upholding the rule of law means applying the law evenly, without fear or favor. Under my watch, that is precisely what the Justice Department is doing. All Americans are entitled to the even-handed application of the law, to due process of the law, and to the presumption of innocence. Much of our work is by necessity conducted out of the public eye. We do that to protect the constitutional rights of all Americans and to protect the integrity of our investigations. Federal law, long-standing department rules, and our ethical obligations prevent me from providing further details as to the basis of the search at this time. There are, however, certain points I want you to know. First, I personally approved the decision to seek a search warrant in this matter. Second, the department does not take such a decision lightly. Where possible, it is standard practice to seek less intrusive means as an alternative to a search and to narrowly scope any search that is undertaken. Third, let me address recent unfounded attacks on the professionalism of the FBI and Justice Department agents and prosecutors. I will not stand by silently when their integrity is unfairly attacked. The men and women of the FBI and the Justice Department are dedicated, patriotic public servants. Every day, they protect the American people from violent crime, terrorism, and other threats to their safety while safeguarding our civil rights. They do so at great personal sacrifice and risk to themselves. I am honored to work alongside them. This is all I can say right now. More information will be made available in the appropriate way and at the appropriate time. Thank you.
Attorney General, the former president said this was
FBI agents. Thank you all for your questions, but as I said, this is all I can say at this time.
And we'll take you live now to a hearing on election integrity being held by the House Oversight and Reform Committee.
Wow. Wow. Short and sweet, absolutely. All right. Well, that is going to do it for me for today. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for joining, and thank you for being just so kind. Really appreciate it. Thank you for being here with me as we go through all of this, all the news craziness. And there are good days ahead. There are. Okay. So you're not alone. We're in this together. I will be right back here tomorrow because I'm here 365 days of the year. And at 4 o'clock, it's 2:10 p.m. here in Chicago. At 4 o'clock, I'll be over on the Book Art Media channel on YouTube to do creative sprints. You're always welcome. Other than that, I'll be right back here. All right, tomorrow at noon. Take care. Thank you. All right. And I'll be right back here tomorrow.